Okay, I'm going to pull some cards this morning. I want to see, because it sounds like things in Ukraine are now starting to turn to the Ukrainians' favor. But let's look and see. How is the war going in Ukraine? Has this turned in the Ukrainians' favor? It looks like the Russians are getting disheartened. Okay, they're there. They weren't really told they were going to a war. They've been there. It was supposed to be a real quick takeover, and they're going to welcome you. And the people are fighting for their lives instead. And they've gotten spoiled food, having to live in trenches, and a lot of them are dying, and quite a few of them are walking away. So let's look at the war. What's happening with the Ukrainian side? Let's look at it that way. What's happening with the Ukrainian side? They are charging forward. Action. Okay? They are not letting up. Above it, continuing action, new action. They have not lost their motivation. Okay, yeah, continuing forward. So their whole thing is about the action. They are in it. Going into it, I think that there are spies in the camp when it comes to Russia now. And new troops are stepping up. New help is coming in for Ukraine. Okay. The challenge is, I think the challenge has to do with the emotions, the losses, the loss of life and things that have happened with it. Hopes and fears. It's being tied up. Just the mental thing of the war itself. The hope is that the Russian forces are tied up mentally with this. Okay, the fear is that they lose heart or something, but no, it's not going to happen, because the outcome is they are fighting for truth. They are fighting for their way of life. They're fighting for all of it. Let's look and see what's underneath of it. Standing strong, okay? Standing strong, balance for their home, wanting to go forward for the future, the actions. They are continuing to work on it, do what they need to do. This is a tower moment, okay? So yeah, what it's saying is that, that the Ukrainians are full on ahead, and they are looking and watching that the Russian troops are losing faith, because they're not, they see that they've been lied to. And they see they've been lied to. They don't have the provisions. The Ukrainians are not welcoming them with open arms. And they're starting to get mental restrictions. They are starting to lose their motivation, shall we say, to continue forward. So it looks like the Ukrainians, as amazing as it sounds, are, upending the Russian troops, okay? So all we could do is thank goodness to the oligarchs that stole the money that was supposed to go to the Russian military, okay? They stole the money that was supposed to be going for the weaponry and the tanks and all the other stuff. Now, if that money had really been spent, Ukraine would be just really even more devastated. But the way it is now, it looks like Ukrainians are starting to have the upper hand. They're starting to push back Russian troops. They're starting to retake areas. So if as much as you can say it's looking good, okay, it's looking like the tide has turned, and Putin's got to decide what he's going to do, because he's not going to win. He is not going to win this like he thought he was going to do. So let's look. I'm going to grab some other cards. Let's look at what's going on in the mind of Putin now, since he's facing a loss. Since Putin is facing a loss, what is he going to do? What is in his mind now that he's facing these losses? We could see he's getting really paranoid. He's got his top people under house arrest, etc. So he's really by himself in this. I just feel like he's really like almost a caged animal at this point. Just really adrenaline going out of kind of like a fear mode. Doom and gloom. Yeah, facing losses at the center of it. He's got a little back here in reserve, but he's facing a lot of losses, and just that feeling, like I said, doom and gloom. We've got the gray there. We've got the, above it, dark actions. He's trying to look at, it looks like he's looking at whatever he's got these people tied up with that he can use. Yeah, restrict them. Restrictions. So he's trying to think of whatever he can do to get out of this. Not good. Okay. Going into it, he's looking at the past. Challenges, spies in the camp. Yeah, they're turning. His higher ups are turning on him. Spies in the camp. It is not looking good for him at all. Hopes and fears, those that are closest to him, okay? Hopes and fears. Now I think it is that he's fearing the ones closest to him, because he now knows he's got spies in the camp. Outcome, he's still going to try to do the hard line. Okay, hard line. Slice and dice. Underneath of it, truth is coming out. They're looking for new opportunities. I think those closest to him are looking for opportunities. He's trying to maintain power, looking for any opportunity he's got, but the Tower moment has come. Things have cooled. Yeah, the writing is on the wall with this. And I think he's in the center says it all. Okay, in the center of it says it all. He's alone in this. They're all abandoning him. Okay, he's trying to put restrictions on people and doing whatever he can to get them into some sort of alignment, but that's not happening. They're abandoning him. And of course he's going to try to blame everybody else but himself for what he's gotten himself into, this loss, because that's what narcissists do. It's everybody else's problem. Okay? Everybody else's problem. They're attacking me. They've done this to me. Wah, 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 wah. They're the aggressor, yet they play the victim. It's I don't understand that logic. How can you be the aggressor and claim to be the victim all the time? But this is what they do. And now Putin is on the downward slide, and he is feeling caged. He is feeling like coming to the point of no hope, okay? So he could be like 45 and put out this rhetoric all he wants, but you can't keep this quiet forever. So he knows at this point it's going to come back to haunt him. You can't just make how many people have died in this, and he's saying, oh, what, 400 Russian troops? Okay, and it's been something like 4,000, 40,000, something like that. It's a huge number. Well, you can't keep this quiet forever. You know, when these ones don't come back, their families are going to kind of know they're missing, okay? And then it's like, what is he going to do then? Okay? So the truth is going to come out, and the thing that the narcissist fears the most is truth, is the truth, okay? So, yeah, he's, at this point, yeah, he could be dangerous because he is backed into a corner. He has faced losses. He knows those losses are coming. There's no way he can recover from this. He's in the downward slide, okay? Chemical weapons, whatever he's, you know, thinking of trying, none of those things are going to work, and they will come back to haunt him. He knows if he does chemical weapons, something like that, it's a war crime. They will come after him. Because don't forget, Ukraine has a lot of Russians. Russian families are there. You use chemical weapons on the families of these people, and yeah. So I'm going to leave that here. He is in a corner now. He's in a corner. The adrenaline's running. I'm sure he's not sleeping. He's not sleeping. And I don't think he's got a whole lot of things up his sleeves anymore that he can hold over people, okay? I just don't feel he's got as much. He's looking for anything he can look for at this point, any crumbs, something, you know. But he's burned all his bridges. He's got no allies anymore, okay? He has no allies. China's not going to step into this, okay? The only allies he's got are the Repugly Uglies, ones like Tucker Carlson that'll put out spin that's on his payroll, okay? But they're going down with the ship too. So thank goodness for that. On that note, I'm going to leave this here, and I'll see you online. Don't forget, today is Hodiga time, 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We'll see you there. Thanks for tuning in.